Hello and welcome to Tuesday night on Gladiators TV. My name is Gareth Bemister, your host and your commentator for this evening's match. It's a championship match. The Plymouth Gladiators go head to head with the Oxford Cheetahs this evening. We've already seen the Oxford Cheetahs down here already earlier in the season in the BSN series, and the Cheetahs managed to beat the home team 48-42. They then took them back to Sandy Lane where they beat them again convincingly at home, although it does mean we need to say that the Gladiators were a depleted field that night. So they've already met, and it did go in the way of the Cheetahs. Tonight's a completely different match though. This is the championship. The Gladiators are not in great form at the moment. They've had a torrential start to the season. Five matches so far, 4 losses. They're down the end of the league. The Cheetahs, however, they're at the top. They've had a brilliant start. Sam Masters and Scott Nicholls absolutely banging in points for fun. They've got Louis Kerr, who's supporting them really well. Henry Atkins down at the bottom doing brilliantly as the reserves as well. So the Cheetahs, there's no question about it. The Cheetahs are a formidable force here this evening, and the Gladiators have got an awful lot of work to do to overcome them. But we've seen it so many times here before. This is a specialist circuit, and these riders are gaining more and more experience every single time they come down here. So we're going to find out some of the thoughts of the riders. So I'm going to shoot straight over to Nigel, who is down in the pits, and I'm sure he's found some people to chat to and hear their thoughts on this evening's meeting.
Well, Garry, back here after a 2-week break, an important meeting to win this evening.
Yeah, we got to win this one, you know, get 2 points. That's our aim, and we just have to go for it because that's what we've got to do.
Since you were last year, you've had a couple of tough meetings on the road, haven't you?
Yeah, we have a couple of tough ones, you know, Scunthorpe, but, you know, Scunthorpe are a really good side now. They've put together a good side up there, and I think they'll be in the top 6 easily. Maybe make the final, the way that I saw them ride, because they're always going to have a strong reserve. So, yeah, they were good. So, yeah, and then we got Redcar this week, which is another strong side. So we just got to do what we got to do, really, and just to try and win at home.
What's the confidence like in the camp at the moment?
Yeah, it's good. You know, when you don't have ride so much, you don't see the boys. You know, don't see each other a lot, and you know, and you don't see them for 2 weeks or something. It's just the confidence goes, and you can't really build it like if you was riding every week. You know, it's just lack of fixtures this year with the championship. It's like after tonight we don't ride here again another 2 weeks. You know what I mean? So it's what it is. What it is.
It must be difficult to build that home track advantage though, because you've not seen this place very often.
Yeah, it is. You know, if you ride like the old days, we used to ride every Tuesday. You know, and that was it. But now everything's changed in Speedway. You know, the way it is, and we got to ride every 3 weeks or whatever it is. You know what I mean? But it's not very good for the sport. But you know, we got to get people back in, so we need the fixtures really. And then if we give fixtures, we have more riders from abroad come over because we could offer them more. But at the moment, we can't offer them anything really, and we just there's lack of riders even to change your team. You know what I mean? There's no one there. No one wants to come over. It's just the way it is at the moment.
Ben Trigger and Jake Turner both had encouraging wins in their last home meeting. You'll be hoping they can build on that tonight. Yeah,
I hope they can build on that. You know, Jake got out the gate and Ben Barker helped him home, you know, against Paul. And then Ben Trigger had a marvellous gate and he held on and won it. You know, I mean, you know, these boys are coming through, you know, but there's just no meetings for them. So they ride 1 week and then they don't ride them for 2 weeks. So it's the same old thing, isn't it? So just got to keep going.
Oxford come here top of the table, fresh from a win at Berwick, so they're going to be full of beans, aren't they?
Yeah, they're full of beans, and like you say, they rode and the other night and they're riding again tomorrow. So, you know, we just got to stop them tonight. You know, 46 is what we're after. That gives me 2 points. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm after.
And it was pretty close when you took them on in the BSN series earlier in the year.
Yeah, it was close. We just lost out in a few little incidents, but you know, hopefully we can put that right tonight and then get the 46 points, because I'll be happy with that.
I wish you all the very best of this evening.
Okay, thank you very much. Bye-bye. Bye.
Well, Peter, Oxford come here top of the league at the moment. You must be very pleased with how things are going at the moment.
Yeah, so far so good. I mean, you know, I don't count my chickens yet, so because it's a long season. You know, everybody know we've got a slight injury problem with Jordan tonight, so that's a bit of a shame. But you know, at the moment it's very positive, and we just got to keep pushing on. Our aim is to play off, so you know, to be at the top at the moment, we're at the right end of the league, if you know what I mean.
What's the latest with Jordan and his wrist injury?
Well, it's been an ACKROYD. It's nothing. There's nothing broken or anything like that, but you know, it's all swollen and one thing and another. So he's having physio today. He had X-rays already, so like I said, there's nothing broken, but he's having some physio, and hopefully, like you know, within a week or so, he's going to be okay again.
And you had Louis Kerr pull out of a meeting recently. Is he all fit to go again?
Yeah, he's still a bit sore, but you know, Louis is a tough cookie. You know, when you look at Louis' track record, what he's been through, you know, that's only a small little hiccup. And no, he'll ride through it. He rode last night at Wolverhampton, and he was worth a lot more points than what he got. So you know, he was quite pleased with his performance. So yeah, I've got to give him the benefit of the doubt, and I'm sure he'll be okay.
You come here off the back of wins at Birmingham and Berwick. I'm sure you'd love to make it a hat-trick tonight. Yeah,
you know, but this is a tricky little place, you know, and all right, at the beginning of the season, you know, we done it at the BSN, you know, but you're a different team now, sort of thing, and you know, so I respect that totally. So we're just going to come here, tell the boys to have fun, enjoy themselves, and see where we come out of at the end.
That must help, though, knowing that you've already won here this season.
Yeah, of course it does, you know, but listen, Speedway changes like, you know, like a roller coaster, you know, up and down, up and down. It's that's why, you know, we don't take it for granted. We come here, treat it like any other job, what we got to do, and you know, if we're meant to come out on top, that's what will happen.
It's been another dry, hot day down in Devon. You've just done the track walk. How's it looking out there?
Yeah, you know, it's got a few little sort of patchy places, sort of thing, one there. But I believe you had a lot of rain last night. So, but Mark knows what he's doing here. You know, it's always the same. You know, I'm sure by the time the first couple of races out of the way, you know, the track will come to everyone, and we'll see some good racing tonight.
Oh, I wish you all the very best for this evening.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Nigel. So let's have a look at the team lineups for this evening. So for the home team, the Gladiators, we've got Kyle Howarth at number 1. He is the captain for the Gladiators this evening. We've got Ben Morley at number 2, Ben Barker at number 3, and Dan Gilkes at 4. Richie WORRALL at number 5. Number 6 is Jake Turner, and Ben Trigger is number 7. The team manager this evening, as always, is Garry May. For the visitors, the Cheetahs, we have got Sam Masters at number 1 and Cameron Heeps at number 2. Lewis Kerr is at number 3, and there will be rider replacement this evening for the Cheetahs. No Jordan Jenkins this evening, unfortunately. Scott Nicholls is the captain at number 5. We've got Henry Atkins at 6 and Ryan Kinsley at 7. The team manager, Peter Schroeck, for the Oxford Cheetahs this evening.
Rides to Cameron Heeps, Henry Atkins and Ryan Kinsley. You know, it doesn't exactly weaken them, I don't think.
Just got the coin toss here, just listening to see what's going to happen.
Oxford have won it, I think. I can never understand the indecision. You'd think they'd discuss it beforehand, wouldn't you? Scott Nicholls just having a chat with Sam Masters. Tend to go 2 and 4, don't they? If you maybe they're going to go heat 15 like they surprised us last time with the pool meeting. I think they've made a decision.
So then I can tell you that Oxford have decided to pick for heat 15, which means
there we go,
Gladiators chosen, and they're going to go for 1 and 3.
So Gladiators will be coming out of gates 1 and 3 in heat number 1, and the Cheetahs will take heat 15. Take the choice in heat 15. So 1 and 3 for the Gladiators. And that could be very important as we move on here. Kyle Howarth and Ben Morley in that opening ride for 1 and 3. So here are the riders. They're now being introduced, and here is Ryan Kinsley there, and a rider that's enjoying all of this experience he's getting at the moment, I'm sure. But it's very tough. It's a big step from that National Development League, and Henry Atkins knows that, but he's certainly making good of it at the moment because he is absolutely flying. Scott Nicholls, well, we know how good he is at this level. He's unbelievable, really, at this level, Scott. And I don't know, Nigel, it seems we were talking before we came on air about the Premier League Championship doubling up situation. And Scott Nicholls, I mean, he's a fantastic Premier League rider and only does his riding in the Championship now, of course.
Yeah, he had a little spell at Wolves earlier in the season when they had Luke Becker out, but and he's also doing a little bit in Poland. But I think he's got so many broadcasting commitments now and family commitments that he's just sticking to Championship. But he's riding almost better than ever at the moment.
Yeah, he certainly is. And yeah, Ben Trigger. I've seen a lot of Ben Trigger T-shirts around the track today, Nigel. He's really got quite a bit of a fan base now, Ben. Of course, he's from Plymouth, and that heat win last time we were here, I know it went out on social media, and there was an awful lot of people that were very pleased to see that.
Highlights of the Gladiators season so far, I think that was, and you know, he was shepherded around by Richie WORRALL, but as we said on the night, he didn't need shepherding around. He did it all by himself. Beat Richard Lawson as well in the process, and hopefully he can build on that this evening.
So here we go with the lineup for heat number 1, sponsored by Proud Park Business Village. We have got Ben Morley off of gate 1 here in blue for the Gladiators, Cameron Heeps off of gate 2 in yellow for the Cheetahs, Kyle Howarth for the Gladiators in gate 3 in red, and off the outside here, the juggernaut that is Sam Masters. He's in white and he's off of gate 4, and he is going to be the man that needs to be stopped here, I would suggest, if we are going to get off, I'm supposed to be impartial, if the Gladiators are going to get off to a good start. So here we go then, heat number 1 is at the tapes. Tapes go up, away they go, and off the inside Ben Morley leaps off the start, but it is Sam Masters that makes the best of it going into turn 1. He is chased by Kyle Howarth. Ben Morley has slotted into that 3rd place. He made an excellent start off the inside, Ben Morley, and now he's got to keep Cameron Heeps at bay.
Yeah, beautiful gate there from Sam Masters. Came across from the outside, got ahead of, got across everyone to lead into that first corner. Kyle Howarth trying to track him down, but as you said, Ben Morley is keeping Cameron Heeps well behind him at the moment. Only a dust flying in the early stages of this meeting, but Masters about 3 or 4 bike lengths ahead of Howarth as we enter the last lap.
Kyle Howarth, he's having a go here. He's not allowing Sam Masters to have an easy ride. He's going up into the dirt, and he's backed off a little bit now, but for a moment there it looked like Kyle Howarth did look a little bit faster than Sam Masters. Perhaps Masters just cautiously taking this first heat win, but it is white, red, blue. A comfortable win in the end for Sam Masters, but it's a 3-all overall, with Ben Morley slotting in there for 3rd after an excellent start.
Yeah, Masters showing his quality there.
Sam's winning time, 50.50.
50.50 the time for Masters, but leading the way home against the Gladiators skipper Kyle Howarth, and he just comes round to take the applause from the crowd on the home straights here at the Coliseum.
Yeah, we know the quality of Sam Masters, and he certainly showed it there, leaping off of gate 4 and winning the race. So it was a win there in white for Sam Masters. 3 points to him, 2 points to Kyle Howarth in red, 1 point to Ben Morley in blue. No score for Cameron Heeps in yellow. It was a 3-all in the heat, 3-all on the night, and that winning time again, 50.50. So, off of the inside in gate number 1 in white, Henry Atkins for the Cheetahs. Jake Turner off of gate 2 in red here for the Gladiators. Ryan Kinsley off of gate 3 in yellow for the Cheetahs. And Ben Trigger off the outside in gate 4 in blue.
The reserves are going to be used throughout the meeting this evening, particularly with Oxford not having Jordan Jenkins. Atkins could be a very busy boy.
Yeah, and depending on how he goes here, that could be absolutely crucial. If he pops out the gate here and performs, that could spell a really dangerous asset for the Cheetahs to have in their arsenal. So here we go then. Heat number 2, sponsored by John Parsons, is at the tapes. And tapes up, away they go, and it's elbows from Jake Turner and Henry Atkins. It's Jake Turner that leads into the turn. Henry Atkins and Ryan Kinsley are with him. It's Ryan Kinsley who is chasing around the outside. But Jake Turner, he's fallen in that turn. And he's been collected as well. All 3 riders are down, and Ben Trigger, the only rider to survive that bend 3 and 4.
That was a nasty one, because Jake Turner slipped off, and then the 2 Oxford riders sort of went either side of him, and they both clipped his bike. Yeah, that's great to see both riders on their feet. And Trigger just taking a while to get up to tapes there on this replay. Yeah, very close together there, weren't they, Atkins and Turner, away from the start. But a great first bend there from Turner, and leading away down that back straight.
So here we go, he's got the 2 Cheetahs right behind him. There is where he turns the bike too hard, he falls to the ground, and that is a nasty fall.
Kinsley did hit Turner, didn't he?
So here we go then, the rerun of heat number 2, sponsored by John Parsons. No rider in gate number 2, of course, but Henry Atkins with all the room in the world there on gate number 1 in white. Ryan Kinsley off of gate 3 in yellow, so the 2 Cheetahs on the inside, and then Ben Trigger off the outside here in gate 4 in blue. He is the one that needs to try and do some damage limitation here. So the start marshal is calling them in here, keen to get on with things. So here we go then, heat number 2 is at the tapes and ready. Tapes go up, away they go, and Henry Atkins has got all that space on the inside, and he dominates the first 2 turns. Henry Atkins leads, Ryan Kinsley slots into that 2nd place. And Ben Trigger finds himself in third, and it's a 5-1 as we stand to the Cheetahs.
Yeah, Ben was last away from the gate again. So he's got some work to do here to chase down Ryan Kinsley, who's looking pretty confident in second place, but it's Henry Atkins well out in front. And at the moment, Cheetahs are on for a 5-1. Ben Trigger taking the shortest way round on the inside there, trying to close the gap on Kinsley. But Cheetahs are still looking in a good position at the moment.
Yeah, one more lap to go, and Ryan Kinsley is coming off of that inside line a little bit, but he's still very fast. I don't think Ben Trigger is going to find a way past him at all here. It's going to be a 5-1 to the Cheetahs. That's a great ride from their two reserves. Henry Atkins with a convincing win. White, yellow and blue. Ryan Kinsley there finishing a comfortable second. And it's 5-1 to the visitors.
Yeah, fair play to Ryan Kinsley there as well, picking himself up after that nasty incident with Jake Turner, but coming home in second place. 5-1 for the Cheetahs from the reserves race, and as I said, looking ahead to the rest of the meeting, that's looking a little bit ominous for the Gladiators.
Yeah, it certainly is, and yeah, Ryan Kinsley looked impressive there as well. So here is the Heat 2 result. So Henry Atkins, a great win for him. 3 points to him in white, 2 points to Ryan Kinsley in yellow, 1 point to Ben Trigger in blue. No score to the excluded Jake Turner. It was a 5-1 to the Cheetahs, which means it was 8-4. It's 8-4 now overall. The winning time was 51.47 for Henry Atkins, 51.47. And we now turn our attention to heat number 3. So here we go then, heat number 3, sponsored by the Phillips family Exeter. We have got Dan Gilkes off the inside here in blue. We've got Lewis Kerr off of gate 2 in white. Gate 3 is Ben Barker in red. And Cameron Heeps is off the outside in yellow. So here we go then, heat number 3 is at the tapes. So tapes up, away they go. It's fairly even, but from the inside, Dan Gilkes, he shuffles Louis Kerr over. That's allowed up the inside, that's allowed Ben Barker up the inside. It's very close going into bend 3. So Dan Gilkes is out in front and Ben Barker has moved him over. It's got very tight. He's hit the fence on the back straight. Louis Kerr has hit the fence. It gets very close for these Cheetahs. Yeah. Real drama here.
Louis Kerr's not happy with that at all. He was appealing to the referee. He thought Ben Barker put him in the fence there. Barker certainly didn't leave him a lot of room going down that back straight, but the referee hasn't stopped the race. I'm sure Peter Schroeck, the manager, will be having words after this race, but as it stands, the Gladiators are heading for 5-1.
Yeah, that was a very determined move from Ben Barker coming up the inside of Louis Kerr. Really did get very close. It's a 5-1. It's blue, red, white, but I would suggest that Louis Kerr is not going to be very happy as he is hitting his clutch there, trying to get the thing on.
The warm
he's
down.
Not happy with him at all.
Ben Barker just acknowledging him, but
nothing too dramatic was going to happen. I mean, we are only on heat 3 after all. So here we go then. Heat 3, the result was a win in blue for Dan Gilkes. 3 points to him, 2 points to Ben Barker in red, 1 point to Louis Kerr in white. No score to Cameron Heeps in yellow. It's a 5-1 to the Gladiators, which means we are back all square, 9-all. The winning time 51.19. We're not going to see what happened. That's very candid from our director there. But yeah, Louis Kerr, he's not happy there in the pits.
Yeah, he's just having words with Ben from across the pits. I mean, it's not getting nasty. It's but he's not happy, is he?
No, certainly not happy. And is this more teasing from our director? I'd imagine if you're an Oxford Cheetah fan, you'll burst in to see what happened here. But yeah, Ben Barker, he's looked across there. And yeah, we shall wait and see this time.
Yeah, Louis on the outside. Ben comes up the inside.
He's past him there, isn't he?
And then...
goodness me, he's done brilliantly to stay on. Stood by the bike there waiting for Scotty. So here we've got Louis and Ben.
So Dan, is there many nights at the moment you're not riding? Do you seem to be riding just about every single night of the week
well,
at the moment? Yeah, it's been busy. It's
fairly animated.
We're the only two doing it, so it's busy, but...
watching it again, I mean, did Ben change his line? I don't necessarily think he did, but he did squeeze Louis Kerr up against the fence. They're now having to be separated by the two. Well, Peter Schroeck is leading Ben Barker away. Rob Doran stepping in as well there.
Yeah, hopefully some cooler heads prevail here, because
Louis Kerr getting involved with some of the fans there over the back of the home stand.
Heat number 4, we've got Ben Trigger off the inside in blue for the Gladiators, and Henry Atkins off of gate 2 in yellow for the Cheetahs. Two Devon lads there on the inside. We've got Richie WORRALL off of gate 3 in red for the Gladiators, and Scotty Nicholls off of gate 4 in white for the Cheetahs. So an all-British affair, this one.
Yeah, Scotty Nicholls, I think, got 13 here with Oxford in the BSN series earlier in the season. So Nicholls off that outside gate, which Masters enjoyed so much in Heat 1.
So revs rise then for heat number 4. And tapes up, away they go, and Scott Nicholls has made a quick one off the outside. Richie WORRALL was lifted violently, and he's taken Scott Nicholls off. Richie WORRALL, he was up the inside, and you can see, well, we can see in front of us that they're both up and okay, and Richie WORRALL immediately making sure that Scott Nicholls is okay. Certainly no bad blood this time around, but here we go. We can see here Richie, he's been clamped down. He clamped him down, Scott Nicholls.
Oh, he's lifted, isn't he? Yeah.
All sorts of drive there, and runs into the side of Scotty.
That's Richie WORRALL and Scott Nicholls.
So an interesting thing here. So Scott Nicholls has been excluded because he didn't have the dirt deflector fitted to the machine. Now that is interesting. I didn't notice that.
Wow. Well, Peter Schroeck is not happy at all. Presumably someone in the Gladiators camp has brought that to the referee's attention.
Exeter's Henry Atkins next to him, so a little bit of excitement, and Mattie's just joined me because Mattie's a Devon boy as well. So we've got a Devon derby going on here, Mattie. We've got gate 1 Ben Trigger in blue, and we've got gate 2 Henry Atkins in yellow. It's a Devon derby.
Been a while since I've seen Exeter versus Plymouth.
So here we go, a depleted field based on that bizarre exclusion there for Scott Nicholls and the exclusion of Richie WORRALL. But here we go then. Heat number 4, tapes up, away they go, and Ben Trigger has made a good start, and he forces Henry Atkins wide. Henry Atkins turns hard up the inside, and Atkins and Trigger go back into turn 3. They are absolutely neck and neck going into the turn. Ben Trigger leads after lap 1.
Yeah, great gate there from Trigger. But, Henry Atkins isn't going to give him a moment's peace here. He's almost glued to Trigger's back wheel. Just sticking to that inside line at the moment, trying to chase Trigger down, but is he on course for his second win in a Gladiators jacket? It's looking that way at the moment unless Henry Atkins can do something on this last lap.
One more lap to go then, and Ben Trigger is absolutely flying here, but he has got Henry Atkins all over the back of him. One mistake and Henry Atkins will be passed because Ben Trigger is hugging that inside line. Round he comes. There's a huge cheer, and Ben Trigger takes the win. It's 3 points to Ben Trigger and Henry Atkins second. So Ben Trigger lowering the feathers there off Henry Atkins. That was a tremendous ride from Ben Trigger.
That certainly brought the stadium to life, and Trigger doing a wheelie over the start-finish line in celebration. The crowd absolutely delighted with that victory for the youngster, his second one in successive home meetings.
So here is the Heat 4 result. We've got Ben Trigger in blue, 3 points to him, 2 points to Henry Atkins in yellow, no score for Richie WORRALL in red, no score for Scott Nicholls in white. It was a 3-2, which means it's 12 points now to 11, and Ben's winning time was 52.56. So here we go then, Heat number 5. We have got at the tapes Cameron Heeps in yellow off of gate 1, Ben Barker off of gate 2 in red. Off of gate 3 in white we've got Sam Masters and Dan Gilkes here off the outside in gate 4 in blue, and Dan made a great start of course in that opening ride.
He was certainly in amongst it up at Scunthorpe last Friday night as well. His points tally didn't really reflect the efforts he put in at the Eddie Wright Raceway.
So here we go then, heat number 5. Here's at the tapes. Tapes up, away they go, and Ben Barker's made a good start from gate 2. It's Ben Barker who leads, but he goes wide, and Sam Masters drips up the inside. Sam Masters now leads ahead of Ben Barker. Dan Gilkes has slotted into that third, so it's a 3-all as it stands at the moment.
Yeah, classy move there from Sam Masters, just picked the inside line as Barker drifted out towards the fence. He's looking on course for his second heat win at the moment, but Masters will keep him honest, or Barker will keep him honest all the way through this. Gilkes in third place, Cameron Heeps a fair bit adrift at the back. As Masters crosses into the last lap.
Yeah, Sam Masters, he's having a look around him, he's trying to see where Ben Barker is. But he is home and dry here, Sam Masters. He turned up the inside on Ben 2 and he's not looked back since. Sam Masters takes the win, it's white, red, blue. Sam Masters with a very good win there ahead of Ben Barker and Dan Gilkes, but it's another 3-all which keeps things very tight here.
Yeah, Masters looking quality out there tonight. 2 good heat wins for the Oxford Cheetahs #1. So just being beaten into the first turn by Ben Barker, but then did a lovely cutback on the second turn, and it was pretty plain sailing for him from then on.
Certainly was. So here are the results of heat number 5. It was a win in white for Sam Masters, 3 points to him, 2 points to Ben Barker in red, 1 point to Dan Gilkes in blue, no score to Cameron Heeps in yellow. It was a 3-all, which means it's now 15 points to 14 in the favour of Plymouth Gladiators, and Sam Masters' winning time was 51.10 in heat number 5, 51.10. So here we go with heat number 6. Kyle Howarth off of the inside here in gate 1 in red. Scott Nicholls off of gate 2 in white. We have got Ben Morley off of gate 3 here in blue, and Ryan Kinsley off the outside in yellow. And yeah, as you say, Scott Nicholls, he's not had much time on the bike yet. He's only done, what are we saying, 100 metres, I predict? So he's in a favoured gate here. So here we go then. Heat number 6, sponsored by Capdown Wharf Limited. Tapes go up, away they go, and off of the inside, making a very good start is Kyle Howarth. Scott Nicholls has gone right round the boards and he's very quick down the back straight. That's a tremendous ride by Scott Nicholls as he leads coming off of bend 4.
That was quality from Nicholls there. Went wide on the first bend and then got his wheels in line early to swoop down the back straight and come underneath Kyle Howarth going into the third bend. And he's out in front. Howarth though trying to come underneath him as they go into that first turn. They got very close together there. Howarth very much sticking to the white line. Nicholls a little bit more out in the centre of the track, but Nicholls just holding off the Plymouth skipper at the moment.
Some good racing here as Scott Nicholls bounced off the fence going into bend 1. Kyle Howarth is giving it everything in that second place. He's now gone wide into the dirt to try and come round the outside of Scott Nicholls, but it's a great win from Scott Nicholls. White, red, blue, brilliant ride from Scott Nicholls. Unfortunately for the Cheetahs, Kinsley out the back, so it is another 3-all, but a tremendous first bend there from Scott Nicholls.
Yeah, showing all his class and experience there. As I said, Howarth beat him into that first bend, but Nicholls just got his wheels in line very early on and just found so much drive and power down that back straight.
So here is the result of heat number 6. It's a win for Scott Nicholls in white, 3 points to him, 2 points to Kyle Howarth in red, 1 point to Ben Morley in blue, no score to Ryan Kinsley in yellow. It was a 3-all on the heat, 18-17 now overall, and a winning time there for Scott Nicholls, 51.78. Very tight, 18-17, and we can have another look at this Scott Nicholls here. He goes incredibly wide. Look, he's got the bike right out by the fence, but he carries so much speed down the back straight, and through he goes.
Yeah, lovely move, wasn't it? Showing all his many years of experience there.
The Heat 7 lineup, we're expecting to see Lewis Kerr off of the inside in white. We have got Richie WORRALL off of gate 2 in red. We have got
Henry Atkins is coming.
We've got Henry Atkins there. Yes, so here we go. We've got Henry Atkins in yellow. Sorry for the rider replacement, and Jake Turner off the outside in blue. Apologies for that. We've now got, we know where we're at. We've got that Jordan Jenkins replacement here, Henry Atkins, and Henry Atkins, of course,
if he carries on like this, I don't think he's going to be reserved for too much longer.
No, and that's a real achievement for Henry to be going so well. So here we go then. Heat number 7 is at the tape, sponsored by JP Trophies. And tapes up, away they go, and it is off the inside. Louis Kerr makes a picture-perfect start. Henry Atkins lifted quite violently off the start. He finds himself at the back. So the Gladiators are packing that second and third, and they are hunting down Louis Kerr.
Yeah, Jake Turner in second place at the moment, ahead of Richie WORRALL, of course, who had that first bend fall in his first outing, and it's Turner applying the pressure at the moment to Louis Kerr, who's looking very smooth out front. Henry Atkins at the back. Louis Kerr's building up quite a big lead here. But, Jake Turner isn't really closing the gap, and Kerr, showing what he can do after almost hitting the fence in his first outing.
Now I think Jake Turner here is being shepherded for that second place there. So it is a 3-all. It's a win in white for Louis Kerr, and then it's blue, red, and then yellow. So another 3-all here in this extraordinary fixture that we've got here between the Gladiators and the Cheetahs.
Louis' winning time 51.72.
Yeah, Louis Kerr, great gate again. And Jake Turner, as you said, I think Richie WORRALL was almost deciding there, well, we can't catch Louis Kerr, let's just shepherd you round for 3-3.
So here is the result of heat number 7. It was a win in white for Louis Kerr, 3 points to him, 2 points to Jake Turner in blue, 1 point to Richie WORRALL in red. No score for Henry Atkins there in yellow. It was a 3-all once again, which means we're now 21 points to 20 overall. The winning time there, 51.72.
Just watch the rerun here. Louis Kerr made a fantastic gate from the inside there. Jake Turner trying to come around the outside, but Kerr very much in command, pretty much from the tapes.
So here we go then, heat number 8. We have got Ryan Kinsley off of gate number 1 here. In fact, we're expecting that to be Henry Atkins. That is Henry Atkins off of gate number 1 here in yellow. We've got Ben Trigger off of gate number 2 here in blue. Cameron Heeps off of gate 3 in white, and Ben Morley off of gate 4 in red. So Henry Atkins will be looking for immediate retribution here, I would suggest.
And Gladiators will be hoping to pick up an advantage here to take them into the second half of the meeting, where Oxford very much come stronger with their top 3 and their pairings in heats 13 and 15.
Yeah, so here we go then. They are coming to the tapes for heat number 8. And tapes up, away they go. It's a slow start for Ben Trigger. It's a great start from Henry Atkins. He leads, but it gets incredibly tight coming off of Ben 2. Ben Morley's got himself into that second place ahead of Cameron Heeps. But that's a great start for Henry Atkins.
Yeah, very brave by Ben Morley there, trying to go between the two Cheetahs riders. Managed to pick off Cameron Heeps, who's now trying to go around the outside of him. Dreadful gate there from Ben Trigger, was left completely at the start and treading at the back, but Cameron Heeps working his socks off, trying to go round the outside of Ben Morley. As I said, there didn't seem to be too much help out wide, but maybe Cameron Heeps is going to prove me wrong here. So getting very close to that fence going down the home straight.
This is tremendous action here for second and third. Now Cameron Heeps has gone out into the dirt. He's still plugging away on that outside. Ben Trigger's trying to fill the hole that he's leaving. It's a win in yellow for Henry Atkins, and Ben Morley crucially clings on to that second place. Brilliant racing for second place there.
Yeah, tremendous battle between Ben Morley and Cameron Heeps. As I said, Morley showed great bravery on that second bend to slot between the two Cheetahs, but Cameron Heeps, well, he was worth more than just 1 point there, but showing a lot of fight for the Oxford side.
And third place in white was Cameron Heeps. 2 points for the Gladiators.
So Cameron Heeps working absolute overtime there for his 1 point, but here is the official result of Heat 8. It was a win in yellow for Henry Atkins. 3 points to him, 2 points to Ben Morley in red, 1 point to Cameron Heeps in white, and no score for Ben Trigger in blue. It was a 4-2 in favour of the Cheetahs, which means it swings the other way now. We've now got 24 points to 23 in the favour of the Cheetahs. This is a very tight Speedway meeting.
Yeah, it's very entertaining as well. We've seen plenty of drama in the early stages, and then a couple of really good races as well. But Cameron Heeps doing everything he could on that outside line there, trying to get around Ben Morley. But Morley just riding a good line himself. As I said, there isn't a lot of help out wide at the moment for the riders to get round, but Heeps is doing his best to try and prove me wrong. We're just looking at the gate stats here.
Wow.
And well, gate 1, it's 5 wins out of 8 races off the inside gate, and the other 3 have all provided 1 race winner apiece. So gate 1 certainly the place to be.
Yeah, the track's really good actually. You know, when we walked it, I know Mark had a lot of rain overnight last night, so he's done a great job getting it in the shape it's in. Started to a little bit uneven, but we can't do much about that, so we just got to take it what it is, you know.
And obviously talking to Gary earlier, is it not helping the fact that we're having not a consistent meetings week in, week out here at the moment?
Yeah, that's a big part, isn't it? You know, all of us boys want to be riding here every Tuesday. And then the track will be more consistent as well, because the track doesn't get ridden on for 3 weeks, and then you have 2 meetings in 2 weeks. So it's we need more meetings, and that's something that the BSPA and the BSPL have got to address in the winter.
And yourself, injury-wise, you took a bit of a knock here last meeting. How's the injury?
Yeah, not too bad. A bit beaten up, but seen a chiropractor and a couple of times, and just a bit of rest, and yeah, we're good.
And we're going to do it tonight, Ben, aren't we?
That's what we've got to do. You know, we've got to dig deep and find it from somewhere.
Ladies and gentlemen, here for Ben Barker.
Good meeting for you tonight. 2 thirds and a second on that last one, but it was a good race with you and Cameron.
Yeah, I could hear him everywhere, but yeah, I sort of messed that start up. I made good starts in the first 2 really, and yeah, finally trying to find my feet and get going again.
And now that obviously you have linked back up with Plymouth, obviously previously you were just doing nationally, do you find that you're coming a bit more into yourself now with the riding, obviously getting extra rides and stuff?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, my first meeting here, I had 4 meetings prior to that, and you know, most of the boys have done that in that week. So yeah, you know, more track time, you can get better just being on the bike. So yeah, just keep improving.
And you got Reese as mechanic, so he's all right, isn't he? Have a good rest of the meeting, buddy. Yeah, good. You happy with how tonight's going? Obviously a point down, but the boys look a lot more hungry than they have in previous meetings.
Yeah, it's going really good, you know, and you know, like Ben Tricker went out and beat Henry, and that was just really good. And you know, our riders are just scared. We've got to start to beat their heat leaders now. Once we can start beating them, and then maybe it might turn a little bit. But I think it's all going to come down to the last 3 races, you know, and who's going to make the gate really. So that's where it's going to go to.
Have you come into a different mindset into this meeting, obviously, because we're coming off the back of a few losses now, so obviously needing to get those points on the board as soon as possible. Have you tried to talk the boys a bit different coming into this?
They know we've got to win this one tonight to carry on. You know what I mean? We've got to win our home matches, you know, and try and get something away. And that's what it is in this league thing this year. But we're trying our best, you know. We got a few riders that keep falling off, but, you know, hopefully we can put some grip on his seat and he'll stay on. But anyway, yeah, so carry on.
Good luck with the rest of the meeting, guys. Cheers.
So here we go, heat 9. Scott Nicholls off the inside here in white, in that favoured white gate as well. Gate 2 is occupied here by Dan Gilkes for the Gladiators. Ryan Kinsley off of gate 3 in yellow, and Ben Barker is off the outside here in gate 4 in red. And I think Ben is going to want to be very aggressive in that first turn. Scott Nicholls so far, he's had that exclusion and then he had a win, so technically not been headed over 4 laps. So here we go then. Heat 9 is go. Scott Nicholls has made a good start off the inside. Barker has come across. Scott Nicholls has straightened up, and he's gone into the air fence quite hard there, Scott Nicholls. So the red lights are on, the red flags are out, and everybody comes to a stop. So Scott Nicholls, he lifted quite dramatically.
Yeah, similar to the Richie WORRALL one, wasn't it, in a way? Just suddenly just took off on the inside and did very well to avoid hitting anyone else. 2 falls for...
Here we go. Yeah, here we go then. So great start from Scotty. He's just lifted there. And,
exactly like Richie WORRALL, wasn't it? In the instant where WORRALL...
Here is the lineup for this one. We've got nobody on that gate 1 this time. Dan Gilkes goes off of gate 2 in blue. Ryan Kinsley is the lone cheater here off of gate 3 in yellow. And Ben Barker off the outside here in red. So, paid 5 for both of these Gladiators.
But this is Speedway and we're assuming a 5-1, but anything could happen here.
Yeah, absolutely. So here we go then, heat number 9. The rerun of heat 9 is at the tapes. Tapes go up, away they go. Ryan Kinsley has made a good start. He's going to make a fight of this. Ben Barker has gone very, very wide. And Kinsley has found himself in that second place. Dan Gilkes lifts as well. And now Ben Barker nips up the inside of Ryan Kinsley. It's not as straightforward as we thought it was going to be.
No, not at all. Great effort here by Ryan Kinsley. Barker this time trying to go underneath him. It's not easy to overtake tonight on this slick track, and Kinsley's doing his team proud at the moment. So managing to keep Ben Barker behind him. So Dan Gilkes looks comfortable out front, but Barker's got to try and get past Kinsley to get the Gladiators maximum points in this heat.
Barker's working overtime in that third place, trying to find a way past Kinsley. He's letting the bike run wide and then coming up the inside, but Ryan Kinsley is making himself as wide as possible. It's going to be a win for Dan Gilkes in blue, and Ryan Kinsley hangs on to that second place in yellow. A tremendous ride from Ryan Kinsley there to keep Ben Barker at bay. He'll be dead pleased with that one.
Well, as I said, this is Speedway. You can't take anything for granted, and tremendous by Ryan Kinsley there. It's on a par with Ben Trigger beating Richard Lawson around here on the last home meeting. But doing his side proud there, Ryan Kinsley, and limiting the damage of that exclusion for Scott Nicholls.
Yeah, he certainly did. So here's the result. It's a win in blue for Dan Gilkes. 3 points to him, 2 points to Ryan Kinsley in yellow, 1 point to Ben Barker in red. No score for Scott Nicholls in white. It's a 4-2 to the Gladiators, which means we're still precariously hinged on this 1 point advantage. It's 27-26 now in the favour of the home team. So heat number 10, here we go then. Here's how they line up. Henry Atkins is off of gate 1 here in yellow. Ben Morley off of gate 2 in blue. Louis Kerr off of gate 3 in white. And Kyle Howarth off the outside in red.
Well, as I said, I don't think it'd be too long before he's up in the team and Cameron Heeps possibly dropping into the reserve berth. But then again, he'll be an excellent reserve as well. So nice position for Oxford to be in.
So then, here we go then. Heat number 10 is at the tapes, ready to go. And tapes up, away they go. It's an even break, but the two Oxford Cheetahs have headed in there. Oh, and very, very wide there was Kyle Howarth. He did brilliantly to keep it under control, but the Cheetahs are still in a 5-1 position at the moment. That was brilliant from Kyle Howarth. Now he's got up the inside of Henry Atkins.
Yeah, very forceful move underneath Henry Atkins there, but Howarth, very tight first bend there with all 4 riders. But it was Louis Kerr who came out in front. Howarth is chasing him down though. Ben Morley just trailing at the back at the moment. But Louis Kerr again looking good out front of the pack heading into the final lap.
So once again we've got a 4-2 here. It's going to be in the favour of the Cheetahs, and this does maintain this 1 point gap between these two teams. It's an excellent win there for Louis Kerr. He takes the win in white. In red, finishing in second there is Kyle Howarth, and Henry Atkins in yellow finishing third. It's a 4-2 to the Cheetahs there. And this one keeps on toing and froing.
Louis Kerr's winning time, 51.6.
Yeah, Louis Kerr's second win of the evening after that third place in his opening ride. And again, Henry Atkins picking up points. Just edging the Cheetahs back in front in this match in what is a real ding-dong battle this evening.
It certainly is. So here's the results of Heat 10. We had a win for Louis Kerr in white, 3 points to him, 2 points to the rider in red, Kyle Howarth, 1 point to the rider in yellow, Henry Atkins, no score to Ben Morley in blue. It's a 4-2 to the Cheetahs, which means it's 29 points to 30. The winning time there for Louis Kerr, 51.28. The official lineup here of heat number 11. We have got Richie WORRALL off of the inside here in red. Gate 2 will be Sam Masters in white. Gate 3 is Jake Turner in blue, and Cameron Heeps off the outside here in yellow. So Richie WORRALL, lots of pressure here, I think.
Yep, Sam Masters 6 points out of 6 so far. Arguably the best rider in the championship. Picked up the championship riders title, I think, last year. Carrying on in that vein of form this year, both.
So here we go then with heat number 11. Tapes go up, away they go, and up in the air goes the rider in yellow there, Cameron Heeps. He went right up in the air off the start, and look at the Gladiators down the back straight. Richie WORRALL swoops past Sam Masters going down the back straight, and he has now got Jake Turner all over him as well.
Yeah, Cameron Heeps reared quite violently at the start there, but Masters putting WORRALL under all sorts of pressure here at the front. WORRALL made a good gate to get out in front of him, just 1 point from his opening 2 rides so far tonight, but this is much more like it from the Gladiators number 5. Masters will do what he can to, but he's almost like settling into second place there. WORRALL going quite wide.
Richie WORRALL is going really wide, right up into the dirt. There doesn't seem to be an awful lot of grip out there. Sam Masters is plugging away on the inside. It's going to be very close on the line. Richie WORRALL clings on. It's red, white, blue. A great win there from Richie WORRALL, and the Gladiators there managing to put Masters under all sorts of pressure. A solid ride there for Jake Turner as well in blue, which means it's another 4-2 here. And once again, we've got this 1 point gap.
Yeah, the first defeat of the night for Sam Masters. WORRALL taking the plaudits from the home straight fans. And Jake Turner getting a valuable third place there. So another 4-2 for the Gladiators, putting them back in front again.
Yeah, here's the official result then. It was a win in red for Richie WORRALL, 3 points to him, 2 points to Sam Masters in white, 1 point to Jake Turner in blue, no score to Cameron Heeps in yellow. It was a 4-2, which means it's now 33 points to 32. The winning time there, 51.21.
Ben Barker and Louis Kerr, which should be very interesting.
Absolutely, and Cameron Heeps getting it all wrong here on gate 4. He lifted violently in the air, managed to get the thing down, but he was always going to struggle from there. And you can see here, Richie WORRALL and Jake Turner, one goes inside, one goes outside. Jake Turner just about pulls up, but for a moment I thought they were going to go through. The pair of them are going to go through. Here we go then, heat number 12. Here is how they will line up. Ben Barker is off the inside here in red. Henry Atkins off of gate 2 in yellow. Ben Trigger off of gate 3 in blue. And we've got Louis Kerr off the outside here, gate 4 in white. So here we go then, heat number 12. We are beautifully poised here at 33 points to 32 after 11 rides. Here we go with heat number 12 then. The tapes go up, away they go, and Ben Barker's made a great start off the inside. He cuts across, Louis Kerr goes up the inside. Ben Barker's gone into the dirt, Henry Atkins has come past as well. So Louis Kerr leads going into that turn. Ben Barker's gone right out by the fence. Henry Atkins is trying to come up the inside, but at the moment it's Kerr and Barker. Barker's hit the fence and tumbled down.
Oh, well, Ben just over trying there. He's managed to clear the track, so there's no red flag or red light, but trying all he could around the outside there to get round Louis Kerr. Just flexing his shoulder a little bit there. I think he's in a little bit of discomfort, but you can't fault him for effort.
Yeah, real shame there, but yeah, Oxford Cheetahs on for a great 5-1 here. Henry Atkins, he rode brilliantly early on in the race, but so too did Louis Kerr. It's white, yellow and blue. A fantastic result for the Cheetahs. And a big advantage there. That could be a crucial one.
Yeah. Ben just hurt his left shoulder there, I think, but I'm sure Louis Kerr enjoyed that one. 51.34 was the winning time for the Oxford Cheetah.
1 point to the Gladiators, 5 to the Cheetahs.
So here's the result of heat number 12. We've got a win in white for Louis Kerr, 3 points to him, 2 points to Henry Atkins in yellow, 1 point to Ben Trigger in blue, and no score to Ben Barker in red. It was a 5-1 to the Cheetahs, which means it's now 37 points to 34. And as Nigel said, 51.34 seconds is the time that it took for Louis Kerr to complete 4 laps of the circuit. And 34-37. It's still very close here going into these last 3 heats.
Just watching the starts here, but it's a beautiful cutback by Louis Kerr inside Ben Barker there as he drifted out on the second bend. And Barker going very wide out by the fence, Louis Kerr drifting straight out.
So not a pretty good night so far from you. Last time you come down here, you pretty much maxed out as well. So is this a track you favour, obviously, with your Edinburgh experience and Wolves experience? Tight technical track, is it sort of thing you like, or?
Yeah, I do enjoy it. It's very small. I forget how small it is every time I come back. But no, it's pretty fun. It's technical and it's quite slick, really. But looked a little bit iffy on track walk, but the track's not too bad.
Obviously, this year you celebrated your 10-year testimonial at Wolves. That must have felt pretty good for you. I saw that you went out on an upright as well. Was that good fun?
Yeah, it was cool. Everything went to plan. The weather held off. Every meeting around that was rained off, so I was very lucky there. All the boys that came, no one let me down at all. I was stoked to have the lineup that I did, and I appreciate everyone that came. And yeah, the upright made my day, to be honest. I've been wanting to ride an upright for a long time, and I got to do it at my testimonial, and that was the highlight of my night, to be honest, getting to ride that.
Obviously, racing for Wolves and Oxford, of course, in Britain, but you've changed clubs in Poland, I believe, this season from last year with Ravage, was it?
Yep. Yeah, I've changed clubs from Edinburgh to Oxford, and as well as Poland, I've gone from Ravage to Gniezno, and it's quite enjoyable. I've been enjoying my time. Still trying to get the right setup and get the hang of my home track at Oxford, but we're getting there, and it's been good bunch of boys to be with, and I enjoy it.
Definitely looks like you're having fun out there tonight, mate, so keep it up. How are we doing?
Yeah, not bad at the moment. Right, 10th match today, so but you're not the Gladiators for nothing. There's always a fight on here.
Obviously, going into the last 3 heats, 3 points up. Obviously, that sort of match race we had in Heat 4 was for the last few heats, it's been a bit like a boxer match with 1 point ahead, 1 point down, etc. But are you happy with how the boys are going? Obviously, you've had a little bit of luck go against you, but overall, you happy?
Yeah, I mean, overall, you know, in Speedway, that happens sometimes, so a little bit of luck going against us, but then, you know, we're still in the game, and we're 3 points up, and we've got Heat 13 coming up with the 2 big guns, and hopefully 1 and 3, you know, the gates will come our way, and they do the business, so which makes it a little bit easier for the next 2 heats. So, yeah, we're very confident, you know, it's been a very heated match, but, you know, that's what's needed sometimes, you know, sort of thing, otherwise it'd be boring. So, yeah, it's, you know, we want to stay at the top, and we're doing anything, you know, to do it. We've got to fight for it. So, boys are really happy, I'm happy, so, yeah, at the moment, all good.
Obviously, Luke Cullen got injured earlier in the season, not Ryan Kinsley's coming to replace him. Shown good promise tonight, Ryan. He's put in some good results here in the past in the National League with Mildenhall and that. But are you happy with how Ryan's fitted into the team so far?
Yeah, Ryan fits in really, really good. You know, I've known Ryan for quite a long time, and he's a confidence boy, you know, sort of thing. And with the team, what we've got, you know, he bounces off that, and it's no different to Henry. You know, Henry and Jordan, you know, they're riding with people like Sam and Scott and Louis. You know, it does bring them on, and so we're having a really good sort of confidence in the team at the moment. So, yeah, Ryan, you know, he's doing a great job today. And, you know, to beat Ben Barker around here, Ben is no slouch. So he can be very proud of that today.
Well, good luck for the rest of the meet, buddy. Not too much good luck, but good luck anyway.
Gate stats, Nigel. Gate stats. Look at that gate 1.
Yeah, it's and as I said, the Cheetahs have got choice of gates for Heat 15. They won the toss and opted to take the Heat 15 selection. So, based on that, you'd expect them to take 1 and 3 in Heat 15. And of course, they've got 1 and 3 in Heat 13 coming up as well.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, definitely. Henry Atkins, I'm so impressed with this. 11 plus 1 there for Henry Atkins, and that is superb.
And the Gladiators reserves have scored okay tonight. They've got 8 between them, but you're up against Henry Atkins and Ryan Kinsley. You've got 15 between them. So it's Gladiators solid all the way through, but solid and not very high, isn't it? It's.
So here we go then with heat number 13, an all-important heat number 13. We've got Sam Masters on 8 points at the moment. He's off of gate 1 here in white, and gate 1 has been very powerful, as we know. Kyle Howarth, 6 points so far off of gate 2 in red. Scott Nicholls, just the 3 points so far off of gate 3 in yellow. And Richie WORRALL off the outside, off of gate 4 in blue.
But crucial in the context of the match as well. Cheetahs 3 points up. If they can get a heat advantage here, they're going to look very strong going into the final 2 races of the evening. But it's been a cracking meeting. Close racing, lots of drama, and a very tight scoreboard as well. Everything you want in a speedway meeting.
So as they come to the tapes for this heat number 13, 37 points to 34, just 3 points in it as we start heat 13. So tapes up, away they go, and off the inside Sam Masters. He made an excellent start. Scott Nicholls is being moved over by Kyle Howarth. But it is Nicholls and Masters who lead. That's a great performance in the opening of this race. But Kyle Howarth's up the inside here.
Yeah, Kyle Howarth putting Masters under real pressure. Masters jet propelled away from the start, but Nicholls then came round the outside of him. But Masters got to have eyes in the back of his head here as Kyle Howarth puts him under enormous pressure, trying to get that second place. Richie WORRALL at the back. He's not going to be able to come back from that, but Masters just keeping second place to himself at the moment.
They are looking absolutely sensational here, the pairing of Scott Nicholls and Sam Masters. They've been doing this up and down the country, and they're doing it now here at the Coliseum. That's 3 points to Scott Nicholls and 2 points to Sam Masters, which means it's a massive 5-1 for the Cheetahs here in heat number 13.
Yeah, absolutely massive. That's why the Cheetahs are so strong, having those 2 in heat 13 and potentially heat 15 as well, though I'm sure Louis Kerr will have a say on that as well. But well, that's really changed the complex of this match and given them a 5-point lead going into those last 2 heats.
Yeah, so Heat 13 result here. It was a win for Scott Nicholls in yellow. 3 points to him, 2 points to Sam Masters in white, 1 point to Kyle Howarth in red. No score to Richie WORRALL in blue. It was a tremendous 5-1 for the visitors, which means it's now 42 points to 35. And all of a sudden, the Gladiators have got to do something pretty desperate here to save this fixture.
Yes, 7 points, I should say, not 5 points. Apologies, but well, it's got to be 2 5-1s, isn't it, to for the Gladiators to turn this around in the last 2 races. But I'm sure Louis Kerr will be coming out in white as the rider replacement for Jordan Jenkins in Heat 14.
Yeah, you see here Scott Nicholls, he does like going around the outside there. He's finding drive and grip, and we've got Jake Turner here off of the inside in gate 1 in blue. We've got Louis Kerr here coming into this one as the rider replacement. He's off of gate 2 in white. Dan Gilkes is off of gate 3 in red, and Ryan Kinsley off of the outside in gate 4 in yellow for the Cheetahs. So Richie WORRALL off of gate 1 here. Will he continue to underwhelm, or is this the time where Richie WORRALL will stir up the emotions of the Gladiators, inspire something special here late on in this meeting? Tapes go up, away they go. Richie WORRALL has made an excellent start, and Dan Gilkes has followed him, so at the moment they are on for a 5-1, and this is looking very good for the Gladiators here. We could still be on for an end of meeting decision on that last Heat 15.
Yeah, just what the doctor ordered. The Gladiators need a 5-1 to set up a last Heat decider, and WORRALL and Gilkes are delivering the goods at the moment. Kerr was beaten from the gate, back in 3rd place at the moment, but this is like the Richie WORRALL we know and love out front, and Dan Gilkes continuing his good form of the evening in 2nd place at the moment, but Louis Kerr certainly not giving up in 3rd.
He's certainly not. He is giving Dan Gilkes something to think about, and he's starting to go into that dirt. He's starting to cut up the inside. This is absolutely crucial that Dan Gilkes clings on to this 2nd place. Richie WORRALL is going to take the win. Is Dan Gilkes going to cling on? Yes, he does. And it's a 5-1 to the Gladiators, and that does set us up for this very important Heat 15.
Great tactical substitute there by Garry May, bringing in Richie WORRALL. And well, that's just what the Gladiators needed, and it sets up a thrilling last Heat decider, which is quite fitting for this match, which has been an absolute ding-dong battle all evening.
52.72. 2nd in red was Dan Gilkes, and 3rd in white was Louis Kerr.
So here are the results of Heat 14. It was a win in blue for Richie WORRALL, 3 points to him, 2 points to Dan Gilkes in red, 1 point to Louis Kerr in white. No score for Ryan Kinsley in yellow, which means it was a 5-1 to the Gladiators. 52.72 was the winning time for for Richie WORRALL, I beg your pardon, which means we're now 40 points to 43, and this Heat 15 all of a sudden is very exciting.
Well, and it's quite hard to pick as well. I would imagine the Cheetahs will go with Masters and Scott Nicholls, though, as we say, Louis Kerr has picked up 3 Heat wins this evening, but Masters and Nicholls did the business in Heat 13. Gladiators, I'm sure they'll go with Richie WORRALL. And
here is the official lineup then for Heat number 15. We've got Sam Masters off of gate 1 here in white off the inside, Richie WORRALL off of gate 2 here for the Gladiators in red, gate 3 is Scott Nicholls in yellow for the Cheetahs, and Kyle Howarth off the outside here, gate 4 in blue. Had a 5-1 against them in Heat 13. They're going to have to reverse that here in Heat 15. So Masters and Nicholls have been tremendous so far when they have been on the bike, and they've got their dirt deflectors attached. So here we go then, Heat 15 is at the tapes. So tapes up, away they go. It's a pretty even start, but it is the Cheetahs bearing the lead. Masters straightens up a little bit in bend 1. Going round the outside is Kyle Howarth, and he's fighting there in that 2nd place. Kyle Howarth has got himself into 2nd, and he's trying to cut the inside, but Sam Masters and Scott Nicholls both look fast.
yeah, Scott Nicholls looking imperious out front, and well, Richie WORRALL unfortunately has dropped out at the back, so that's victory secured for the Cheetahs. But Kyle Howarth is still chasing down Scott Nicholls here, trying to get his first heat win of the evening. But the Cheetahs at the moment on for a match-winning 4-2.
So one more lap to go here, and Scott Nicholls and Sam Masters doing what they need to do here. This 4-2 will take it home. Still fighting there is Kyle Howarth in that second place, but it's a win for Scott Nicholls. He takes the win in yellow. Kyle Howarth in blue finishes second. And it is a third place for Sam Masters to end his evening here. And another victory there for the Cheetahs.
Yeah, the Cheetahs big guns bringing the points home there. It's Scott Nicholls. As you said, when he's not been excluded, he's won all 3 of his outings, and the Oxford riders just coming to the pits gate to congratulate their 2 top men here.
Absolutely, absolutely. So Heat 15 result, here it is. It's Scott Nicholls in yellow, 3 points to him, 2 points to Kyle Howarth in blue, 1 point to Sam Masters in white, no score to Richie WORRALL in red. It finishes with a 4-2, and it finishes as 47 points to 42 in favour of the Oxford Cheetahs. Once again, they are victorious away from home, and they are looking like a real force this season in the championship.
Yeah, still top of the pile, another 2 points. Here, as you said, 3 successive away victories now. Berwick, Birmingham and here at Plymouth. Obviously 3 teams down towards the foot of the table, but it's still really difficult in Speedway to pick up 3 away wins on the bounce. And Peter Schroeck, their team manager, will be absolutely delighted. And let's just run through the score charts for the 2 sides. For Plymouth Gladiators, Dan Gilkes and Kyle Howarth finishes their top point scorers. Gilkes in 9+2, Howarth scoring 9. Richie WORRALL 7+1, including 2 heat victories. Ben Barker, no heat wins for him tonight with 5+1. Ben Morley got paid for 6, 4+2, and 8 points from the reserves tonight. Ben Trigger with 5 and Jake Turner with 3. Well, Sam Masters leading the way as she usually does for the Oxford Cheetahs with 11+1, matched by young Henry Atkins at reserve with 11+1, and Louis Kerr also getting 11 points, 3 heat wins in that 11 points. Scott Nicholls, the skipper, at 2 exclusions, but 3 heat wins giving him 9 points. There was 4+1 for Ryan Kinsley and just 1 point for Cameron Heeps, giving a final score of Plymouth Gladiators 42, Oxford Cheetahs 47. And let's cross over to Gareth in the pits.
So, what can we say? They fought hard, they did fight hard. It was 47 to 43 overall. A great performance for the Cheetahs. What can you do when you've got such a powerhouse up the top in this team? It's been a great night Speedway. I hope you've enjoyed it at home or wherever you've watched it this evening. Next time, of course, on the 4th of July, we have got the Berwick Bandits here on Gladiators TV. Once again, Tuesday night. As always, we hope to see you there. And until then, enjoy your Speedway.